Words can be powerful. Lost Words is a game that demonstrates just how powerful words can be. In Lost Words, you play as Izzy, a young girl who wants to be a writer. Her grandma buys her a journal for her birthday and encourages her to write. Within the journal, Izzy expresses her emotions as well as composes her fantasy story. The game itself is an adventure platform story game, and it really hits you in the feels. The game plays out with two stories being told, one within the journal itself and another in Izzy's fantasy story world. Each chapter starts with a journey through the journal, explaining what is happening within Izzy's life itself. This is usually coupled with an emotion that is the theme of each chapter, from happiness to rage through to depression and ultimately acceptance at what is happening in Izzy's life. As Izzy feels each emotion, our main character of Izzy's story goes through something similar in her journey, as she takes on a dragon to save the dragonflies and her town. The journal parts of each chapter are highly emotionally charged and beautifully written. The little girl dances along the pages as Izzy reads each word. It's hard to believe that a word could have so much feeling within it, but this game truly does have you feeling all kinds of emotion you didn't realise you had in you. In one point, I was in tears, a thing that I rarely experience, over this story. I really have to take my hat off to 𝗬𝗓𝗡𝗘𝗏 for amazing writing. Choosing one of 3 different options throughout the journal writing parts of the game also helped the player to understand the importance of the words and how they can change things so strongly. The drawings throughout the journal are also just as beautiful as the story itself and match Izzy's thoughts as she writes them on the page, splashing each page with different colours as you jump across the world. 𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗏 is just as beautiful, with delightful, colourful backdrops to bleak and grey white lands that adapt as Izzy comes to terms with the things going on in her life. Using the words within the fantasy novel to change the story was a great addition to the gameplay. I enjoyed using words such as break to knock down doorways, or repair to fix the broken bell. I did struggle a bit with which word was actually needed to be used against the dragon at the final battle, and was just picking random words until it got hit by them, but I still liked the mechanic in the game. There are many fireflies to collect throughout each level, 20 on each in fact, and they encourage exploration. I was only able to find about 90 of them, and they are used to recreate Astoria at the end. It is something that the game could be replayed for to get after finishing it the first time. Overall, Lost Words affected me more than I anticipated, and I'm going to enjoy it long after I've finished the game. It is beautifully written and looks incredible. Definitely is something for the story game lovers out there to try. You play as 2 characters through 2 separate storylines linked through the feelings. Beautifully drawn both in the journal and the game itself, the colours really help tie in with the emotions, with bright colours throughout the earlier levels and darker, more bleak colours during the darker emotions. During the platforming story, you have the voice over from Izzy as she tells the story. The music also accompanies the story throughout each emotionally charged level. Mechanics are fairly simple to master, with using WASD keys to move around the screen and mouse buttons to move around and touch things. Sometimes it could be a bit finicky while I was using them, but this is only a really small gripe. The story was really gripping. It had me in tears during one part. The look and the ambience of the game really helps you feel the feelings that Izzy is going through during this challenging and unknown time. There are fireflies to find on each level, and as I had not found them all, you could return to the game to find them all. I played the game on the Xbox Game Pass and got 19 out of 21 achievements, so there is encouragement to go back and finish all these achievements if you wanted to. I give it 4.5 out of 5 howls.